Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Facebook Live. I'm so excited that you're here. So I am going to wait for people to hop on for just a second. If you are watching the replay of this either on Facebook or on YouTube, feel free to scroll through the first minute and a half. And I just want to make sure I share this over in my free group. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Stephanie. Good morning. How is everyone feeling today? It is Wednesday. I don't know if you guys feel the same way where you live, but dear sweet baby Jesus, it is like winter overnight. It went from like 90 degrees in Texas to it has been like 40, 45, 50 the last few days and torrential downpouring of rain for 3 days, which is beautiful. Like I love gloom. I actually really love gloomy weather, but not when I need to be productive. Like that's more of when I need to be like creative, introspective, reflective, maybe a Netflix day, something like that. Not when I need to be productive. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hi, Chrissy. Hello, Megan, Shannon, and Tabitha, and Carissa, and Kelly, and Abby. Hello, and Brandon. Welcome. How is everybody today? I need to focus and share this into my free group. Going to bed, but rock the fucking Caspa. I don't know what that means, if I'm being totally honest. Can't wait for the replay. Good morning. Hi, Kara. Hello. And Jennifer and Kelly. Welcome. Okay, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to share this into my free group, Millennial Business Babes Unfiltered. Come hang with us. Okay, beautiful. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. Okay, so I want to talk about something today that I'm seeing a lot of, and I'm going to share this. I want you to hear my heart in all of this. Good morning, Heather. Hi. Hello, Mary. Bahaha, Rock the Casbah is a classic hit. Yeah, I don't know that one. I don't know. I'm not very good at classics, if I'm being totally honest. So I am super pumped to talk to you about this today because it's something that I'm seeing a lot of, and it's something that I am hearing a lot from clients, from potential clients, from people who are stressed out in Facebook groups that I'm seeing pop up in my notifications. So I want to talk about this. Hi, Kat. Hello, Michael. Hello. I'm in my 30s. I'm almost 30, so there's that. Getting there. Kelly says, same. I am not being very productive today at all. All this rain makes me want to cuddle up in bed. I know, but here's the thing. We have to choose again. Choose a new story. Choose to power through. Like, that's what we can work with, our cycles. We can work with the moon. We can work with the cosmic energy. We can work with the weather. Like, we can follow any kind of pattern we want to. But at the end of the day, sometimes we just got to kick ourselves in the ass and say, oh, it might be raining, but like I got to get shit done today and choose a new story. I know for me, like I've heard a lot of people, and I've done this before. I'm like, oh, it's Mercury retrograde. Like, it's just, that's how it's going to be. And so like, I'm just going to basically go into hiding all of Mercury retrograde and like, I'll just worry about my business on the other side of Mercury retrograde. Well, there's always some kind of cosmic thing happening. So instead of having it work against you, why don't you choose to have it work for you and choose a new story, choose again? Not that you're doing that, but that's just what I have to remind myself. When I want to lay in bed, like it's gloomy and freezing outside and raining, I would love to be laying in bed right now, but I got shit to do. I got lives to change. I have an impact to make. I have a legacy to leave. So I'm here. Hello. Oh, yay. This is the topic, what I am going to need to hear. I love that, Jennifer. Okay, Sarah, beautiful. The Clash. Oh, I know The Clash, but I just don't know that song. And I also boiled my coffee, and now it's way too hot to drink, and it's stressing me out because I really want it. Good morning, Colleen. Good morning, Kate. Good morning, Annie. Okay, so this will be a beautiful training for you. I've got my blanket on. I'm ready to go. This will be a beautiful training for you no matter what you do. If you're a business coach, a health coach, a relationship coach, a life coach, if you sell anything online, if you're in an MLM, whatever you do, this will work for you. So what I see a lot of, now who does this? Who is focused in this season on growing your audience? You go into Facebook groups, there's a promo thread, you throw your offer on there. You are showing up on Instagram stories and you're talking about your offer. You are going live and you're talking about your offer. You are like, tell me if you're trying to sell something in this season. What are you trying to sell? Tell me in the comments below. Hi, Alexa. Kara says, I totally said to my husband yesterday, I was going to do nothing today. Haha, just kidding. I'm having such an intentional and powerful morning. Well, here's the thing though. There are days where I do nothing. Like, if I'm being honest, like, I'm not about like hustle and grind and grit all the way through. If you guys have followed me for any length of time, you know that I also believe in having days where you do nothing. For me, that's the weekends. I don't do anything. I think this weekend I literally have nothing except for brunch with my girlfriends on Sunday. And other than that, I'm not talking to anybody. I already decided, besides my clients. But there are days where I just lay in bed the entire day. A couple weekends ago, I did that on a Sunday. I only got out of bed to eat and take my dog out every day. Jennifer says, my group coaching program that starts on Monday. Amazing. Abby says me. Sarah says me. Yay, yay, yay. Okay. So, yes, have days where you do nothing, but then the days you need to be productive, don't blame it on the stars. Don't blame it on the weather. Like, just get up and get your shit done. That's what I'm saying. Okay. That's what I have to remind myself. So I'm looking to sell my health and fitness programs. Beautiful. Okay. So two things. I didn't make any notes for this, and I probably should have. Two things. One, what I see happen a lot is that we are so focused on selling to the same people forever and ever and ever, right? Has anyone been guilty of this? I know I have. There have been seasons in my businesses where I am just like, have the same Facebook audience, the same Instagram audience. Like, I don't focus on expanding. I don't focus on growth. I'm just trying to sell the shit out of everything that I have to the same exact people. I'm trying to sell my business coaching to the people that followed me from high school. I'm trying to sell my business coaching to the people that started following me or I friended when I was in health coaching. Like, I'm noticing in certain seasons that I'm like, oh my God, why is no one buying? I'm talking to the same fucking people over and over and over, expecting them to need what I have to offer when they don't need what I have to offer. There was a season where nobody in my audience really had a business. So why am I going to try to sell business coaching to people that don't have a business? They don't need what I have to offer. It doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't make my product or my program or my service bad. It's just that they don't need it. So why would they buy it? Right? So it's really important to be focusing on expanding. I'm going to teach you the pitch part in a second, but it's really important to be expanding your audience. Are you getting new eyes on your stuff? Do you have new people in front of you? Right? Are you focused on expansion? Are you focused on growth? Or are you just focused on those same people forever and ever and ever? Now, numbers doesn't matter. I am not saying go spam message everyone. I am not saying go add 5 to 10 new friends a day on Facebook. Most of the time people feel like you're just trying to sell them something, right? So don't do that. I'm not saying that. I am saying, how can you build quality connection and genuine relationships on social media? You can also do this in real life, but I personally use social media. So, for example, going into Facebook groups and loving on people, going into Facebook groups and adding value to people without expecting anything in return. There's a quote that talks about if we would wake up in the morning and focus on what we can give versus what we can get, everything could change. Right? So go into Facebook groups, like, where is your dream client hanging out? For example, I have a couple clients who are life coaches. They work through life coaching, they're divorce coaches. And so when I was like, what groups are you hanging out in? They were hanging out a lot in business groups, which is beautiful. Business people also need life and divorce coaching, right? But what they found was that business coaches are typically looking for business coaches. Like, you're wanting to build your business, that's what you're focused on, right? So what they found was like, well, no one wants what I have to offer in here. And so it's like I'm spending all this time and energy in this group, but it's not technically my dream client. That's not where she's hanging out. So where is she hanging out? For some of them, it was the Almost 30 podcast group. What podcast is your typical client listening to? For a lot of my clients, their ideal client is millennials. So they're hanging out in the Almost 30 Facebook group. They're hanging out in the Skinny Confidential Facebook group, in these different places where it's not focused on business, right? So what I told them to do is go into a group, and instead of just looking for how I can promo myself all of the time and throwing a post up and walking away, how can you add value and build relationships and start to be a familiar face of someone who actually gives a shit about the human and not just the product or the money, right? We attract people with money. We don't attract money. If we're just so focused on selling ourselves all of the time and we're not focused on the human that is holding the wallet, the human that has the credit card, you're not going to sell anything over time. This isn't even where I was going with this, but okay, here we go. Universe has a different plan today. So for you, it's really focusing on, where is my ideal client hanging out? How can I go and add value to her and build a quality relationship with her? You're not spam messaging her the second that she responds to you. You're not adding her as a friend. It's all about you holding the power, you holding the space, you holding the energy, and them coming to you. I haven't sent a hey girl message since 2015. I have 5-figure months, right? 2018 marketing is not the same as 2014, 2015, 2016 marketing. It has changed. So when you're focused on expansion, when you're focused on growing and truly adding value, go do that instead of just going to these groups, throwing up your post, throwing up a pitch, and then disappearing and being like, okay, checking that off my to-do list for the day. Now, here's the thing as well. I don't want you to spend 18 hours a day in here. I don't want you to have 18,000 notifications from this. I want you to maybe set your phone, set an alarm for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes a day maybe, and go to these groups and scroll through and see where you can add genuine advice or encouragement, right? And then from there, you can start to share posts in there that you've posted on your Facebook page where you're adding value, you're teaching, you're being vulnerable, you're sharing your story. And then from there, you start to build this familiarity. One of my best friends was so good at this. And she would go into this group, and she was in the Slay Baby Collective, and she constantly was sharing in there and loving in there and building relationships in there. People friended her, and they either bought her services or they sent friends to her. Right? So it's so cool to see, like, you start to build familiarity where people are like, oh, I know her. Oh, that's Shannon. Shannon always is posting in here. Shannon, she gives such great advice. Like, oh, and then they go add you, and then you're selling something, and then they come to you. Is this making sense? Are you guys picking up what I'm laying down? There's a whole second part to this, but apparently being channeled through, this is what needed to be talked about today. Okay, let's see here. Kara, I totally take chill days, but I felt so called to create content today. I love that. Intuitively guided. Kelly says, yes, I just niched down even further, but now I'm expanding my reach to those people. Exactly. So one of the things, I know someone asked me this the other day, like, how do I focus on what I need to do each day to build my business? And I'm like, well, figure out like the different parts. Like one of them is, what are you doing to expand and grow your audience today? And just do like 10 to 20 minutes of that. What can you do to grow your audience? Because if you're not growing your audience, you're talking to the same people, you're going to hit a wall. And that is something I did for a long time. And I would talk to different business coaches in my 4 years of business. And I was like, why am I not growing? Why am I not there? Why am I not getting there? And I was frustrated because I wasn't getting there. And then every single one of them said, well, how are you growing your audience? And I was like, I'm not. And they're like, there's your problem. There is your problem. Now, some of those people that have followed you for 4 years, they will join you eventually, but it's not just repeating yourself to the same, 10 people 14 times before they buy. It's about continuously growing your audience and serving more people and finding the right people, the lifers, the people that no matter what you're selling, they want it because you've built this relationship with them. And then word of mouth spreads from there as well. So let me take a sip of my coffee and let's go into the second part. Mona and Abby both say yes. Okay, good. Oh, that's hot. Oh, my esophagus. Okay, that hurt a little bit. Here we go. So the second part to this is when you're in these Facebook groups. For example, I run a Facebook group called Millennial Business Babes Unfiltered. It is a group for business owners of the millennial generation, or really anyone from, I'd say we have people from their 20s to their mid 40s in there. So you don't have to be a millennial by any means. But the beautiful thing is that on Wednesdays, I have a promo post because I believe in other people pitching themselves and sharing what they have to offer, because I know everybody in my group doesn't need something from me. They're not all my dream client. And I believe in abundance. I believe in there is more than enough to go around. And we can all, when we empower each other, when we support each other, when we collaborate, when we don't focus on comparison or competition, and we focus on ourselves and our own gifts and our own zone of genius, our own brand, our own results that we get for our clients, we can all succeed. Like, for example, me and Shannon, one of my very best friends, we are both coaches. We have a similar ideal client, but it's a little bit different. But we are two totally different humans, and we don't compete with each other. I hosted a mastermind, or I launched a mastermind the same day she launched a mastermind the next day. When my best friend Autumn launched a mastermind the week before, guess what? We all sold out because we're all different humans. We attract different people. So don't be afraid of, well, this person's already posting in there and they do what I do. Okay, cool. Well, you're different. How do you do it different? Right? You're a different human, which again, this isn't where I was going with this, but so when you're pitching yourself in these groups, so for me, for Wednesdays, for example, I say promo yourself, share your magic, share your gifts, share what you're working on, because somebody in this group probably needs it. There's also groups like Angie Lee has a group that you can post all the time in there and promo yourself. Manifestation Babes has a post every week that you can promo yourself. But here's the problem. Here's what I wanted to share this whole time, okay? Are you ready for it? Are you ready for the why you're getting crickets? Da, 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 da. I love this. Hi, Snashana. Hello, hello. So good to see you. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've had you on a live. So here's the missing link. You're making it all about you. If you're hearing crickets, it's because you're making it all about you. You're making it all about the product, the how in it, what's included, why you made it, instead of who it's for. Instead of why I need it as your ideal client. So a lot of times I see people just throw a link up on those posts, or they go into a Facebook group and they throw a link up and then they walk away, but you didn't tell me why I needed it. You didn't tell me why I need to click the link. It's the same reason when you have like the links in your Instagram bios and you're not telling people right above it, like what's in it for me if I click that link? Time is of the essence. Act like you give a shit about my time as your dream client. Make it so that I want to click the link to learn more about what you do. And that's not by making it more about you, although I think you're a really rad human. I think you're really cool and we probably have a good conversation and you're probably great and fun and your product is next level and your service is like amazing. Yes. But as someone who's new and I don't know you yet, I don't have that trust built with you yet, I'm not going to click the link unless you give me a reason to do so and you make it about me. Our clients are thinking all of the time, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? We are selfish human beings, and not in a bad way. We should be selfish. We should be very careful and have a boundary set up around our time and our energy and what we're investing in, what we're clicking on, what we're spending our time looking at. And if you're making it all about you, I'm not going to click the link because I don't know why I need it. So instead, when you're pitching yourself in these groups, I want you to write a little thing about who this is for. Right? So saying things like you're craving change. You're ready for that next step. You're stuck in spinning your wheels. You want to go from making 1K a month to getting 5 figures a month. You want to finally have the dream clients coming to you. If this is speaking to you, this is for you. Come join me here. I have a freebie for you. And then from there, they get your freebie. They get on your email list. You start to build the relationship. They start to follow you on social media. Everyone I've ever hired, I've been drawn to their energy. They've made it about me, where they're telling me what's in it for me. And I'm watching and I'm listening and I'm creeping and I'm watching. I'm clicking on things. I'm researching them. I'm creeping on them on social media. I'm stalking the shit out of them. And then I hire them every single time. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that that could be the missing link? Now, here's the thing. I say all of this in love because I was this person. I would go into all these groups. I had like a list of them, like 6 groups. And I was like, okay, here's where my ideal client is hanging out. And I would see, and then I would go to the promo post. I would throw up copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, and then check that off my to-do list and move on with my day. I am type A. I love a list. I love to like get shit done. I'm very efficient. And then I would just be done. But the game changer is instead of that, you're making it very clear for that ideal client that's hanging out in that group, and you're speaking to her and giving her a taste of that desired end result, and not the desired end result in the way of I'm going to teach you how to find yourself and fall back in love with you. But instead, it's about what she's going to walk away with in her verbiage. For example, a lot of times we talk about, I'm going to teach you how to figure out who you are. Does your ideal client know that she needs to figure out who she is? I was just having this talk with 2 clients this morning. We were messaging back and forth, and they're both creating different programs. And they both had said that, well, I'm going to teach you how to figure out who you are and help her rediscover her inner self to let her out. And I said, beautiful. That's work that I do as well. But does she know that that's what she needs? No. Most of the time. Sometimes yes. But most of the time, no. So if I told you, Abby, for example, if I was like, I'm going to teach you how to figure out who you are, click this link. And you're like, what the fuck? What? Like, I already know who I am. I'm Abby Armstrong. Get to know me. Get to know me, right? It's about what's the verbiage she's using. She wants to get out of debt. She wants to make the 5-figure months. She wants to attract more clients. She wants to have the banging body. She wants to be able to have her margaritas but still look good in a bikini. She wants to, get back to her pre-baby weight. She wants to find, her own life after divorce. Whatever it might be, what is the words that she's using, the words that she's Googling, the things that she's crying about, the things that are keeping her up at night, the things she's venting to her best friends at happy hour about. Use her words and draw her in with those words. And then inside, you will teach her how to rediscover who she is. But she doesn't know she needs that yet. I've talked about this many times. On the outside, it's about what she wants. Speaking to her, so when she reads it, it's like that gut reaction, and she's like, oh my God, is she in my head? Do you know how many times I've had clients say that? Olivia, it's like you're in my head. It's like you tell me everything I need to hear every single time. And I'm like, good, means I'm doing my job correctly, right? Because it's in your head. Friggin' Autumn. Good morning, Grandma Betsy. Good morning. Cheers to you. So you want it to be this like, oh my God, I need this. Like, this is the answer that I've been waiting for. And then once she's inside, you're giving her what she needs, which is to discover self-love, to heal her money mindset, to heal from her divorce, to forgive her ex-husband, like all of these things that we need. But that's not what gets her to bring out her credit card, because she doesn't know that that's what she needs yet. So using her verbiage. Now, how do you do this? You can do some market research. You can ask, I have favorite clients, right? I mean, I love all of my clients, but you have those like one or two that you're like, they embody every single quality I've ever dreamed about. And you can ask them, hey, what do you think about this? Do you understand it? Before you started working with me, is this what you were thinking about? Is this what you were saying? You can go into it about, you can go to a Facebook group and you can say, hey, what was your biggest struggle when you were going through divorce? Does anyone mind sharing? And start to use their words. It doesn't have to be as hard and complicated as we're making it. We just have to go to the people we love, the people we trust, the people that we want more of in our lives, the clients that we want more of, and ask them and speak to who they were before they started to work with you. Because now they understand they need to figure out who they are because they've worked with you for a while. But before she started working with you, what did she want? Does anyone have any questions around this? Does anyone have any questions? Good morning, Kelly. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Catherine. This coffee is still molten lava. It really is. So the whole point being, when you're pitching yourself, when you're hearing crickets, is it because you are making it about you? Or you're using words and phrases that are fluffy that she doesn't understand yet? Are you getting lost in the sea a little bit? Are you present in that group, or do you just post on promo day? Or are you adding value in the group so people start to be like, oh, that's Callie. Good morning, Callie, by the way. Oh, that's Kelly. Okay, yeah. I've seen Kelly before. She's posted in here. She's posted in here quite a bit. I always really, really like her posts. So when you show up on the promo thread, bing, they want more because you've built that trust with them. You're not just one of the 1,500 people that throws a promo up and walks away. You're building a relationship. You wouldn't ask someone, well, maybe you would, but most of the time, you wouldn't ask someone to sleep with you, take them to your bed before you take them out for dinner. Again, you might, no judgment, do what you got to do. But it's like you're courting, you're dating people. Now, sometimes there's random people that come off the streets that have never talked to you before that are like, okay, hell yeah, I'm all in. There's definitely those, and they're gems, and they're beautiful as well. But most of your like lifer clients are people who have kind of creeped and watched for a while, seen what you're all about, fallen in love with your energy, wanted more, and then they hire you. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning. Good morning. So that's what I want you to think about. If you're hearing crickets, let's regroup. One, are you just trying to sell to the same damn people over and over and over again, or are you consciously, as I say consistently, consciously growing and expanding your audience to new eyes on your stuff in a way that feels good and aligned, not a spammy way? Number two, are you making it about me, your ideal client, in your posts? Or are you making it about you? Flip-flop. It should be about me, drawing me in. And number three, are you speaking in a way that she understands? Or are you speaking in the fluffy, this is how I'm going to do it, and everything that's already going to be inside? And you need to use words that she's going to be like, oh my God, I need this. Okay, those are your 3 tips that I want you to take today. And I say it again, I say it in love because I've been there. I have effed up on all 3. There's no right or wrong way here. I'm just giving you some tips. Take what you want, leave the rest, try it out, switch things up a little bit. Oh, and number 4, add value before you're selling. Add value in these groups and pick like 2 to 3 groups. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, 20 minutes a day maybe, and go into each group, throw a post up in there, engage with the people that comment, engage with the people that post and ask questions, and you can answer their questions. You can give advice. You can give some encouragement, right? And then from there, boom, when you start to throw your promo up or you start to sell when it's allowed, different groups have different rules, then people want more from you because you've built that solid foundation with them, okay? You are magic. Effing up is generally how you learn though. Oh, totally. Yeah. And that's why I've learned these things. Like I wouldn't have learned these things or thought that they were a big deal unless I had messed up on them 100%. But the reason that where was I going with that? What was I saying? Shoot. If it was important, it'll come back to me. So I want you to take these. I want you to sit with them. I want you to figure out what's working, what's not. Try different things out, switch things up a little bit, and just see, is this the missing link for you? And if it's not, come back, and maybe we can figure out what is the missing link, and we can have another conversation around it, okay? So that's what I have for you today. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'll be back next week with another Facebook Live. I don't know when. I do it based on when it fits in my schedule and when I'm excited about it. And if you guys have specific questions, let me know, and I can be sure to answer those. Friday morning at 10 a.m. Central inside of Millennial Business Babes Unfiltered. We also have a live Q&A for 1 hour where you can ask me anything, business, relationship, sex, life, money-wise, and we can talk about it there. And come hang out with me there, and we'll talk about it, and we'll answer your questions and your personal questions there as well. So I love you guys. Have the most badass Wednesday. I love you, I love you, I love you. And I will see you guys inside of the group. Bye, guys.